As a mom of 5, I find myself being hard on myself a lot. So I love to use makeup sometimes as my only way of getting out. There are days when I stay home for the entire day. I don't go anywhere, I don't see anyone, but I like to use makeup to play around with just to refresh myself and make me feel a little bit more done up for the day, especially in a world where there's so much negativity and so much bad stuff going on. It's refreshing to see a company bring out so much positivity in all of their products. And I just love the whole idea behind the company. So congrats to Shine Cosmetics for having such a wonderful, wonderful products and company.
Hello and welcome to the I Am Mom Summit. I am so excited to be here. I love this conference so much, and I just want to thank them for having such a great message for us women in celebrating motherhood. My name is Danielle Davis, and I am the owner and the creator of the website Today's the Best Day, a website for women who are super passionate about making every day the best day, despite the struggles and the trials that come into each of our paths. I started the Bestie Tribe online community just about 4 years ago after becoming a mom to a miracle baby. For some, motherhood isn't easy, and for others, becoming a mother doesn't come easy. So that is why I created a place for women, no matter what stage of life that you might be in, to come and to feel uplifted and inspired as we find the good in each day. I am so honored to be speaking today, and especially to be honored to be speaking about infertility. This is such a sensitive subject that is very near and dear to my heart. And the thing about infertility is that it is such a personal experience to each individual that goes through it. So as I share my own personal experiences and thoughts with you today, it is my hope that you will feel uplifted and encouraged to just keep on going and to know that you are not alone. Whether you are waiting for your miracle baby, or you have a miracle baby, or you love someone who is struggling with this, today I am going to share 5 things to remember about infertility. So that way, the next time you see a negative pregnancy test, you can somehow, someday, find your smile again. Because let me tell you, I know that it isn't easy. In fact, I've been thinking a lot about this and how it is not easy to put a smile on at a baby shower when deep inside you are hurting, and you probably have felt that way before. And it isn't easy going on Facebook or Instagram and seeing what seems like all of our friends announcing that they're pregnant with cute baby bump pictures. And it isn't easy seeing other women taking their role as a mother for granted. In fact, it isn't easy. So you fall on your knees every night and you pray and you plead and you beg that you will be able to have a baby of your own soon. I know that feeling, and I have been there, and I get it. And today I'm going to go a little bit outside of what I normally do, and I'm going to be super vulnerable with you guys. I'm going to share a few stories from my life, and they're stories that really made a real impact on me. And if it's okay with you, I will probably get a little emotional, because as we spend time together talking about this today, and how we can work hard to find that smile that you've been searching for, it's just such a sensitive topic, and I hope that you will bear with me. So without getting too into the things that will make me super emotional and frown, let's dive right into this and talk about 5 real things that I did to find my smile through the most challenging days. Number 1 is that you can do hard things. Now, I want you to go write those 5 words on a piece of paper, either right now or as soon as this is done. And I want you to put it somewhere that you will see all the time. Whether that is on your refrigerator or your mirror or your shower door, your nightstand, wherever you will see this piece of paper, I want you to write, you can do hard things. I once heard the strongest women become the strongest mothers before their children are even conceived. And I love that quote because you guys, what you are going through right now is the hardest thing. And it's an awful trial that can break us down and can completely tear us up. But I hope that you will remember, as hard as it is right now, and as horrible as you may feel, that you are so strong. Sometimes we are asked to do a lot more in this life than we think we can handle. You know that feeling, right? And you will probably fall and you have to pick yourself up again. And you may have to run even though you're completely out of breath. And you may have to do something what seems to be impossible, because guess what? It actually might end up being possible. But no matter what, always remember to just keep moving towards where you want to be, no matter what is in front of you. When I was 16 years old, I remember sitting in a super cold doctor's office. Why are doctor's offices so cold? I don't understand, but it was freezing. And I was with my mom. And I was having some girly issues, I guess you could say. And at this moment, literally all of my dreams were shattered. The doctor looked me in the eye and said, "I am so sorry, but the tests are coming back with a diagnosis of an intense case of polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it will take a miracle for you to be able to have children of your own one day, if at all." And at that moment, my heart was literally crushed. And all I ever wanted to be was to be a mom. And to hear those words at such a young age was not ideal. But I put those words on my mirror. You can do hard things. And it has been one of my favorite life mottos ever since, because we can. You can do hard things. Number 2 is, it is normal to feel exhausted, and it is okay to be sad. You see, I think I need to make this clear because I was not aware of this, but a strong woman is not the one who doesn't cry. In fact, I am a big believer that the strongest women in this world do cry. In fact, a strong woman is the one who cries and sheds tears for a little bit and then gets herself up and fights again and again. I married my high school sweetheart, who to this day is my very best friend. And we were actually only married 6 months when, guess what? We were pregnant. And oh my heavens, we were so excited. We announced to our families, we announced on social media, and Tyson, the cutest husband ever, even took me on a date to Barnes & Noble. And we bought all the books and all of the magazines about pregnancy and motherhood. We were so excited. Oh my gosh. But unfortunately, at 10 weeks, we lost the baby, and we were absolutely devastated. And Tyson, being such a sweet and thoughtful husband, he hid all the books in his closet so I wouldn't see them. Yeah, I was I sank into a pretty dark place, even though he tried. And here I was thinking we were proving to the doctors that they were wrong and we could do this. And it was so quickly taken away from me. We tried for many years, 4 years actually to be exact. And I probably spent thousands of dollars on pregnancy tests, and each and every single one of them was negative. And no matter how many times I thought I was pregnant, I wasn't. And through countless surgeries and procedures and daily shots and blood draws. In fact, we had 8 failed rounds of Clomid, 3 failed IUIs. And at that point, I just couldn't take it anymore. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, I couldn't do it. And so my body couldn't do it, and my mind couldn't do it. Our wallet couldn't do it. And I just felt defeated. And so I remember calling my mom in tears after one of our failed procedures. And I was trying so hard to be tough. And I thought I needed to be tough because that's what you're supposed to do. I thought crying was a weakness for some reason. And That was when my mom on the other side of the phone, who could tell that I was so sad, said, "It's okay to cry, you know. You're going through something really, really hard." And then you better believe I let all the crocodile tears out, because it was okay to cry. I suggest for you to allow yourself to be sad for 10 minutes whenever you feel defeated. In fact, I heard this in a book once, that you can cry and absolutely have your own pity party for yourself. But here's the thing. After those 10 minutes are up, I encourage you to pick yourself up and focus on something else. By allowing yourself just a few minutes to be sad and then picking yourself up again and starting a new day, like serving others or thinking of anything but trying to conceive, will help you not get into that dark hole that my husband and I call it, that I truly found myself in. Number 3 is learn to love the plan B. Okay, number 3, love plan B. Or in some cases, it might be to love the plan C or D or E or even Z. Because seriously though, how many times have you found yourself in this situation, okay? So you have a plan and then the plan fails, or it changes, or it doesn't work out. And you wonder, how in the world am I going to make it through this? And why the heck is my plan not meant to be, or your plan not meant to be? And how many plans will we actually have to go through and try until it actually works out? Big or small, life throws us some crazy curveballs. And the plans that we have in place can quickly be forced to change. It was after our 3rd failed IUI. I was on my way home from work and I felt my period start. And I knew at that moment that my IUI did not work. And my mom happened to be visiting us from California that day. And I walked into the door and I slammed it shut, and I was so angry. And I fell completely into her arms, and she literally caught me as I fell, and I yelled, literally, you guys, like I yelled, and I said, "I am never going to be a mom." I truly believed I would never be one. And I buried my face into her shoulder, and we cried and we cried and cried and cried. Each of us will experience these plan Bs. And sometimes it's super, super hard to say, okay, time for plan C and on to plan D. And if that doesn't work out either, I guess I'll go to E too. But you guys, I know that we can become stronger, even though when we're in the middle of it, we don't really feel like we're getting stronger or braver. I know that we are, and honestly, even happier, even it takes a really long time when we accept God's will, to be honest. How awesome is it that there are so many letters in the alphabet? We can just keep figuring out plans and figuring out where we are supposed to be and why we are supposed to be there. Because each of us will experience all of these failed or secondary experiences and plans. After I took the time to grieve and be upset, I decided to serve. And I decided if plan A and B and C weren't going to work out, then I would have to figure 2 things out. Number 1, why? Why am I here? What am I doing? And why is this happening? And number 2, how can I bloom where I am planted? If this is where I am supposed to be, and if this is where you are supposed to be, and if this is what you are supposed to be experiencing, let's bloom. Let's bloom where we are able to find the joy right now, right where we are. Number 4 is to take one day at a time. So often we feel like we need to rush life, right? We have a timetable that fits with our needs and wants, and when things don't go accordingly to our plan, that is when life gets the hardest. When I hit rock bottom just a few weeks before finding out about our miracle boy, I was destroyed. I was heartbroken, and I found myself falling on my knees begging, I needed help and I needed comfort during an extremely difficult time. Because sometimes, like we talked about in plan B, sometimes things don't go our way, right? In fact, doesn't it feel like more often than not that is the case? I realized that day I needed to step back and just take life one day at a time. I created a gratitude journal. I'm sure you've heard of these. I had heard of it before, but I never tried it out. But I created a gratitude journal, and I highly suggest you do this because it worked wonders for my mental state. Go out right after this conference and go buy a super cute journal that you love and put it on your nightstand. And every single night before bed, you write something that you are thankful for that day. Now, sometimes it will come easy and sometimes it will be a lot harder than I'm making it sound, because you're going to be like, this was the worst day ever. What am I thankful for? But by focusing on our blessings, we can see how much we actually have. There is always something to be thankful for. And by doing this and taking life one day at a time, I learned to just slow down and to breathe in the fresh air, to cherish our families and to love our spouses and to even love ourselves, which is super important. Don't you feel, I sometimes feel like this, like that we live in a world that often tells us to give up, like people and our brains surrounding us saying, it's just not going to happen, just give up. But I truly believe if we listen, there's always hope. And hope will whisper to us, just try one more time. Just try. One of my favorite quotes is, the minute you think of giving up, think of the reason why you held on for so long. I have absolutely lost hope before. I know how that feels. I know how it feels to completely believe that something is not going to happen and the life is just not going to turn around. But I also know how it feels to be told from a really great spouse to stop giving up, to stop losing hope, and to just start believing. We took a whole year off of treatments after the 4 years of consistently trying with the fertility center. And I am not kidding. It was heaven sent. We spent a whole year trying not to even think about it. I flourished in my job and we traveled a ton. And most importantly, we focused on our marriage to strengthen each other and become closer together through this really hard trial that we both were going through. Know that it is okay to take a break, and it's okay to take care of you, to take some time just for you, because you are important. Your mind is important, your body is important, and you need to do what you feel is best for you and your marriage. If you need to take some time to just have fun and forget about your worries, I highly encourage it. In fact, it was exactly what I needed, and it was exactly what our marriage needed. So take it a day at a time and go at your own pace, your own peaceful pace, whatever is comfortable for you. Lastly, but maybe most important, is number 5. And it's that you can't do it alone. Sorry, I almost slaughtered that. You can't do it alone. And the great thing about this is that you aren't doing it alone. Did you know that? You are never alone. In fact, there are hundreds of women tuning into this session of the summit right now, listening right with you, who are feeling the exact same way as you are right now. It's common when things don't go how you plan to avoid certain people or to cut yourself off from the outside world. But today I wanted to suggest to do the complete opposite of that. Build up a support system of people that love you for you and for who you are, no matter the amount of children that you have. We never know what someone is going through. Our friends, our neighbors, even our sisters or the fellow moms in the school pickup line that we see every single day. Each of us are fighting a hard battle, whether that be a hard marriage or financial problems or miscarriages, sicknesses, and even another pregnancy test that has failed. It is my hope that we will all gather together and just show love to one another, that we will be able to support and lift each other up through all of our trials, that we will be less judgmental and just more careful of others' feelings and needs. I wanted to leave you with a quote that my mom shared with me as we were in our final round of IVF for my son, and the implantation was canceled 2 days before. I was so devastated. You guys, it was absolutely heartbreaking. And she texted me a quote by Jeffrey R. Holland, and I don't want to say it wrong, but it said, "You can have what you want, or you can have something better." And since then, I try to focus less on what could have been or what I thought was the perfect plan, and more on the hope and the faith for what the future holds, because how exciting to think that something even better than we can even imagine is right around the corner. So next time you see a negative pregnancy test, I hope you will pull out this list of 5 things that we have talked about today to help you find that smile again. Number 1, that you can do hard things. I promise, go write that on your paper and put it somewhere that you will see it. You will absolutely love that reminder every single day. Number 2, it's normal to feel exhausted, and it's okay to be sad. It's absolutely okay to be sad for those 10 minutes, right? Number 3, learn to love Plan B. Spend some time serving and blooming. Just bloom where you are planted right now, because we're all going through our trials first for a reason. Take it one day at a time. Start your gratitude journal, you guys, and focus on your many, many blessings. And number 5 is you can't do it alone. Create that support network of love. And I know that it can be intimidating to step outside the normal, but when you think about what we talked about today, and when you try these simple steps out, I know that you will begin to see a difference, and maybe even a smile next time things get rough. If you saw the size of the blessing coming, you would understand the magnitude of the battle you are fighting. That is one of my favorite quotes. I know how hard it is to see the big picture, day after day, wanting something so bad and not receiving it. It really, really starts to hurt. And sometimes it hurts harder than we can even explain. But something good, something great is right around the corner, something amazing. And if we just keep holding on tight and pushing through, it will continue to get closer and closer. Our family motto is great things are worth waiting for. And if I can promise you anything today, it is that. Please know that you are not alone. Know that you can do this, and know that although it takes so much time and so many tears and frustrations and heartache and pain, oh my goodness, and shots and pills and doctor's offices and prayers and just all the things, I promise it will come. And although it isn't easy, it is worth it. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the I Am Mom Summit today. It was such an honor to be here, and I would love to connect with you. So, you can find me at Today's the Best Day on Instagram and Facebook, or at today'sthebestday.com. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have the best day.